Hi, I just bought this 1911 chambered in 38 special watt cutter. I pulled it apart to clean it up, and what I'm going to do is to do the reassembly. The gun, as you see it here, when I removed the grips, I discovered this stippling here, just here at the front, and uh, and at the back on the spring retainer I have the same type of stippling, which is really well done. And I had this type of grips before. They're the grips that were on the gun, and before, because you couldn't see the stippling with these grips, I removed these grips, and instead I'm going to put those wood grips, which will allow us to see the stippling on the gun, because it really is artwork. I'll show it to you again because this is something I had never seen. I didn't even know that it could be done. So here it is. I'm lost for words. Putting it back together, I'll do first things first, as usual, and I'll start by putting in the trigger back in, just like that, and the trigger button, which just goes here. And you'll see in a minute that it's not just the trigger. I'll just put this back in, just bear with me a second. A quarter turn, just like that. Okay, it's back in, and now the trigger can't move away anymore. And what goes on this trigger, I will show you, is just this little trigger guard, or yeah, trigger that makes it really nice, and it's lovely. And what I'll do is I'll just put it straight back on. You can see the markings here on the gun, so it's not very hard. All I've got to do is just screw those in, screw those back in, and it'll stay tight on the trigger. And do them tight, but not too tight as usual. There we go, and this is what it looks like. And once again, the stippling, it's lovely. Okay, next things next. Um, People always have the issue and are worried about putting in the disconnector and this triggered part here. So what I'll do is I'll start by putting this in straight away. So it's nothing major. Just to show you, I'll put this into the hole just there. There we go. Up, just like that. And for it to keep the trigger good, I put this just here, just like that. Move it forward if it wants to, which it will. There we go. That's nice. And I'll just put that pin straight in there. A bit of a fiddle, nothing major. Watch. Too high up. Let's go that back down. It's bound to happen in just a couple of seconds. Just bear with me. I'll just check on the other side. Yep. Okay. I've done a bit too much. There we go, and it's in. Bit of fiddling, but that's in. That's what everyone's worried about. Um, Putting this all back together, I can also start by putting the spring in now, the 3-leaf spring, and I put the spring retainer and the main spring just here, just a little, nothing more than that, so I can put in the other parts in there. So before I forget, okay, that goes in. Now this gun is really adjusted. It's like a new gun. I don't know what it's fired, but as you'll see later, there is just nowhere on the rails or on the inside whatsoever. And here you see the ramp. There we go, the ramp. There we go. Just there. So when I'm there, I'll keep on putting this the hammer. Seems to always be a good idea to put the hammer in. And once I've got the hammer in, there we go. It will all come together. There we go. The hammer is in. And now the safety, which just goes just here, just like that. There we go. And this has to get in. The safety. And the safety goes in just like that. And remember, the hammer has to be pulled back. And now I can put it in just like that. Oops. There we go. Safety back in, and now I can put the trigger, the retainer spring just back here, just like that. I'm pressing it down. It might be harder than I thought. I'll just press it here of the picture on the desk. Yep, it's a really hard spring. What I'll do is obviously press here. So there we go, and that goes in really smoothly. And I'm done. Okay, usually I tap it then with a piece of wood. There you go. In that case, the gun is nice and neat. Couple of drops of oil just here. 1, 2, 3. That's a bit too much, but there we go. On each side. So that's pretty good. Putting back the trigger, the pin, the firing pin at the back, just like that. I've just cleaned up the whole of the gun, obviously, but it wasn't dirty actually. But that's the deal. Okay, just pressing up. It would be really good if I didn't forget to put in the ejector. So I'll put that straight in now. Okay, that's done. And this time I'll press it again, the firing pin, making sure it's all nice and neat, which I'm sure it will be in a second. There we go. Pressing it. Let's check. Now that's not going good. There we go. All nice and in. Where I have more of an issue will be putting in the bushing, because I've noticed that this bushing was really hard. Actually, these grips don't seem to go on that gun either. Let me check this out. He's okay. Here is okay. Let me check the bottom. That seems to be fine as well. Just have to line it up correctly. There we go. One side and the other side. There we go. The aim is to see the stippling on the front. I'll show you again. And the stippling at the back. Back. Front. It's lovely. Okay, I'm putting the screws back in. We've all seen this, or done it a million times. There we go. And I'm grabbing, of course, a screwdriver, which I know is not going to mess with my screws here, so I just do this nice and gently. Do it tight, but not too tight. Whoa. Okay, it's almost done. Soon we'll see the gun in how it's done, how it's put together in one go, and what it looks like as a finished item, because this has to be a very scarce, very rare gun. Was made in 1960 by James Clark himself, so this makes it a gun of value. Maybe not here so much in France because no one knows about James Clark, but probably in the United States. I say hi, by the way, to the 1911 forum guys, which have welcomed me a few days ago, and I'm going to start posting on their forum. Tight, but not too tight. Let's put back. Let's put this back together. So let's drop of oil here and there. 1, 2. Okay, the rail. Just spot here, and a spot there. That's more than enough. And putting back the barrel back in. What I have an issue with is really the bushing, because it's really hard to put back in. But we'll see that later. Okay, I've put a buffer. You can see the blue buffer there. And let's put this back into the gun, nice and gently. It's okay. Okay. Just back here in first go. Go. And this is it. The bushing can be put only just like that. There we go. And that's where I have a hard time. Just here. Yeah, I've had a hard time disassembling it and reassembling it just here from the bushing. It's just so tight because this gun is made to be have no play whatsoever, and that doesn't make it very easy for me. I'm knocking it with, of course, plastic rubber. See how hard that is? Let's check if I can put this in. Okay, let's try this. Put this in first. Okay, now the bushing. I'm having a hard time here with this bushing. There we go. There we go. And that is the gun. There we go. Let's have a quick look at it again now that it's all put back together. It was a bit fiddly, as you saw, especially on the bushing, but this is like a brand new gun. It's just about nowhere. I'll show you again. There it says Colt 38 automatic. On the other side, it's got also a serial number, Colt gun. Here it should say 1838 special watt cutter. There we go. Show you again the wonderful stippling at the front and at the back. It has special magazines. Here they are. So again, show you the gun again. This is what really matters. It doesn't get any better. Let's try the trigger. That's lovely. I don't think a 1911 in 38 special watt cutter doesn't get any better than this one. I don't think actually there are other than this one. But if you do know of others, just leave a comment or write to me and let me know. Well, thank you again for following and checking the gun and taking the time to see me reassemble this Colt. Thank you very much.